what's healthy for me is different to what's healthy for you. So we can't generalize and say everyone must be one size. But at the same time, body shaming, being body confident, let's be health conscious. Yeah. Let's forget the body aspects and let's just be health conscious. When we're health conscious, we move away from indirectly telling people they need to lose weight by saying, "Oh, I tried this diet." Remember you said that? I tried out this diet. It worked for me. I think this needs to work for you.
It's like, okay, thank you. I didn't tell you I was on a diet, but thank you anyway.
Yeah, like, exactly. And it's funny because I feel like you have those people on social media, very sly, very like, you know, even maybe with their posts, you know, because again, one of the reasons why I'm bringing this topic up is because I've had people tell me that like my posts have made them feel a certain way. So you might get some people who think through your posts or through what you say on your Insta stories, they're like, she's body shaming big people, you know, how is she not compassionate, how is she not blah blah blah. So there are people who probably do that. But if we move away from the idea that I'm not trying to force my diet down your throat, I'm not trying to force you to go to the gym, I'm trying to tell you that you need to be healthy. And that's kind of the ultimate or the most important thing.
It is. I think it is. Like, if there was more emphasis placed on health, it would change everything. Because even when you think about health, and let's say like this whole the body confident, what did I call it a minute ago? I called it something else. But body confidence or loving yourself, these movements that are great. But if you love yourself, or when you do love yourself, one of the things you begin to realize is how valuable you are. And as I'm a valuable person, I want to make sure, because I value this, I'm taking care of this. And that's when everything shifts. That's when everything changes. That's why there needs to be more emphasis on health. Like, think about your health. You love you, take care of you. And when you do that, just because of the way God has made us, when you take care of this thing or any gift, because our bodies are a gift ultimately, when you take care of it, it's able to do more. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think there needs to be more emphasis on health than the appearance of health. That's why. So when the people are talking about, oh, you know, when you get the sly people, like I said, we're not against surgery.
I'm not.
Do it.
Okay, but let's put this to rest. Like, I don't have an issue with surgery at all. I don't have a problem with surgery. If you've got the money to do it, go ahead and do it. My number one concern is you are going to lay on a surgery bed and get all your fat removed in less than 24 hours. In those 24 hours, you have not learned anything about disciplining yourself in regard to your health. You haven't learned anything about the foods that you like eating and that you don't like eating. You haven't learned anything about self-control, being able to say no to that cake or that chocolate or that whatever it is. You haven't learned what it is to go to the gym and train and work hard. You know, nothing comes easy. Anything that's worth having doesn't come easy. Is that saying? 100%. Anything that is worth that's sustainable does not come easy. I used to share about when I was working in gastric surgery, and I would have people who've had a gastric band surgery. No shade on gastric band. Some people need it because they're so close to death and they just need to lose that weight ASAP. They would have a gastric band surgery, and a year, 2 years later, they're back because they've expanded the band. And that's because you haven't learned that overeating is a problem. So you've got the band, but then you're overeating, so you've actually expanded the band. So we now have to put a gastric sleeve in, or we have to extend it more. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, stuff like that makes me think, SMH, like, you just haven't learned. Like, you clearly haven't learned. Like, it solved your problem initially, but you can actually regain the weight
if not taken care of. I never thought of it like that. But obviously you do see it. You see, and I think that's one thing I'm always saying is, you know, again, like I said, I'm not against surgery, but it's this thing of, if your mind isn't in the right place, those same hurdles that you had before, they're still going to be there. Surgery is not surgery on your mind, it's just surgery on your body. Now, it's good if you have the money and can do lipo every week, then go ahead, do lipo every week.
Go ahead, eat what you want.
You know, do it every week. But it's kind of pointless when doing it that one time, not getting the knowledge to be able to then maintain it. Or even worse, this is the one I have the issue with, is when somebody does it, they're not honest about it, and then they start how to get like me program, and it's
then there's also people who are honest about it, and then they still go and do a whole fitness program, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, this person is now doing.
See, that would confuse me.
I have seen that a lot. Wow. You have seen it. We've both seen it. but we will not mention it because I don't want anyone coming for me.
That would.
I have seen people who have done surgery. They've been honest that I have done surgery, and then all of a sudden they jump on the fitness thing, and then everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, her body's amazing. So I'm gonna do what she done, and I'm gonna get fit. And she's motivating me to get fit." But wait, how does she get to where she's at in the first place? She never had a fit mindset. Like she or he. Let's not generalize it. I feel like
we know the guys are doing
but
it
guys
too.
probably do it too. Maybe in America, because obviously anything happens in the States. But I feel like it's that whole surgery solves a short-term problem.
Yeah.
It does not serve the problem long term.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because I've been quite open with the fact that I think after I have kids I might get a tummy tuck.
Yeah.
And that's simply because I have loose skin around my tummy area. I was telling you this before, from where I lost loads of weight, and I have been working on it. I'm going to continue to work on it to get it smaller. But if it comes to, okay, I notice that this is not going to get as tight as I want it to be, I will get it done, you know.
Okay.
But I have worked my butt off to get from where I was to where I am now. So and I've learnt lessons, I've learnt things on my journey. So I'm not taking the easy road. Yeah. You know. But there are people who've taken the easy road to solve that short-term problem without realising actually it doesn't solve my problem long-term.
Long term, and that's it. And you've said it, sustainability is so key. Yeah. Because it's not fit for a day or fit for a dress. Like that's what I used to do. I used to do fit for a jean size or fit because something's coming up for a holiday.
Fit for a wedding.
Exactly. But then after the wedding,
what happens? That's what I say to people all the time. People are like, "Oh, I'm trying to lose weight. My sister's getting married." I'm just like, "Okay, so what's gonna happen after the wedding?"
Yeah, you know. Hopefully, something would have happened where something would have switched, and then you know. Changes. But then with all the drastic things people are doing, so you know, you get the shakes, you get the waist trainers, you get all of that. It's not sustainable. No. And then a lot of the time, in fact, it's a bit like the lottery winners who win the lottery, and then how many years later, how many of them have messed up their lives because there was no education. There was no wisdom on, okay, how do I manage this money? What do I do? Okay, how do I keep it? How do I make it more? And it's the same with weight. People are doing the drastic things.
I remember sharing and saying that people in my family would be like, "Oh, you're getting to marriable, whatever the word is." So I'm getting to an age of marriage, basically, and men are not going to look at you because of your weight and stuff. So that's a sense of body shaming for me. But that put me in a very like depressive mode and very like low, like, you know, oh my God, like nobody's gonna like me, nobody likes me. We touched on this actually in our meeting during the week about like self-sabotaging and feeling like I don't deserve to be loved by somebody else because of my body or because of my weight. I don't deserve to dress nice because of my body. So like, how, if you're somebody who has been body shamed, like how can I move forward from this? How can I like just get out of that whole like depressive mindset and stuff? Because that obviously puts people in a, especially with the society that we're in, you know, social media, everyone's talking about their bodies or everyone's sharing their bodies. So someone's telling me that I'm big and I'm like, I'm trying to be confident, but then as soon as I go on Instagram, someone's sharing like their picture of them with like their big bum and their slim waist, and everyone's liking it and everyone's jumping on their diet, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, here I am just trying to do the right thing. People still making negative comments. How do I get myself out of like drowning and stuff?
That's actually a good question. And do you know what, I don't think there's like a one like answer solution, but I think it's a process. And by that I think there are different steps that a person needs to take, and you've said it a lot while we've been talking. It all starts like health, wellness, well-being. It starts up there first. Before a single workout or anything is done, we need to make sure up here is correct. For some people, that process will begin when they say, even with things like social media, do you know what, I'm going to take a break. There's this thing we've been saying about posting and going. So literally post
and scroll. Post and go.
That's it.
Shout out to Blessing Boyega, my cousin, who actually told me that. And I was telling Nicky, I was like to her, literally that's what she said, post and go.
That's it. Because if not, you can get caught up in, one day you could wake up and you're like, okay, I'm going to work on myself, I'm going to work on my mind, I'm starting a new process, you know, the weight's going to go, blah, blah, blah. See one picture and that sets you off course. So maybe along the line, at the beginning of your process, knowing that this is a process, you're going to kind of say, okay, maybe I'm going to unfollow this amount of people, or I'm going to stop scrolling. And do you know what I mean? Because sometimes it sends these messages of comparison, which can kind of just set you off, and you lose hope, and you're just like, do you know what? Forget the gym. I'm going to KFC. It's It's real. It's actually real, because you get to a point you're like, no, what is the point? I think it starts with your mind.
Yeah.
And with your mind, for me, obviously as a Christian, I think of the scripture, guard your heart above all else, for out of it flow the issues of life.
Proverbs 4:23.
Oh, thank you, because I do not know where it's located.
It's funny because like God was literally, that scripture was on my heart like for other things on a few days this week, so that's how I remembered it.
Do you remember? No, that's good, because I was like, someone has said, where is it? I'd be like,
oh
no. But yeah, seriously, and that can start with guarding your eyes. Guard what you see. So I know for some that'd be like, okay, but where's the weight loss part? Again, it starts in the mind.
Yeah.
You know, body, like, you can get to a place where someone will put a post. What you want to do, what a person wants to do is get to a place where someone, maybe you would share a picture of your, you know, your transformation and where you were and where you are today. And a person that is on that journey, who perhaps is still in the place that you once were, they will know that they're on a healthy track when they can look at it and no longer think, why is she doing this? I feel like rubbish. But they look at it and go, wow,
I can do that.
I can do that.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's things like that we need to, if we can understand it starts in the mind first of all, we'll forget about what it looks like, and we can begin to see that the progress we're making. So I may not have lost 7 pounds in a week like the diet promise that everybody's doing, but I've been to the gym 3 times this week, and that's something I've not done in, you know, however many years. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think it is a process, but it starts first of all in the mind. And then what you think and what you may have deemed as body shaming, you'll no longer see it as that. And to the person that perhaps is out there trying to body shame, like, look at me, I have done it, and look at you, you're still there. Instead of thinking, oh, what a cow, it'll begin to turn to, I feel sorry for you. Like, wow, I hope you eventually do get that confidence and overcome that insecurity, that instead of trying to get others to come along and actually encourage others on the journey, you kind of feel you need to belittle the rest of us. Like, it will just, if you start with your mind as opposed to what I look like, it transfers from, you know, just the aesthetics to health and wellness, and real well-being begins to happen. So,
I 100% agree with what Nicky said. It's all in the mind, and it starts with your mind. And the thing is, you are going to constantly have to fight this battle of comparison and feeling like you are being body shamed. You know, myself, like Nicky knows, I tell her like most of the struggles that I go through, where I'm like, oh, I don't look like this yet, or I'm not there yet, and it's a constant battle, like regardless of where you are in your journey. So it's all about focus on your health. The weight loss will come, and even when the weight loss has come, you are still gonna have to fight battles in your mind. So you have to be mentally strong. And I just want to say, on behalf of the weight loss champion, the real ones, like, we are not there to body shame. Our before and after pictures are not to make you feel less of yourself. It's to make you know that you are capable of doing it. Anybody who is making you feel less of yourself, is either, you need to check yourself, it's either that you are insecure in yourself and you're not confident about yourself, or they are body shaming, and really and truly they're not authentic, in my opinion. Because if anything, they should be empathetic because they have been there. So like, I don't feel like you should allow what other people say or do. I'm speaking to myself when I say this. Don't let it affect you. Don't let it affect your journey. If it takes you 7 years, if it takes you 10 years, you are building something that's sustainable, lifelong, forever. Because people who achieve it in 6 months, 8 months, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 2-3 years. You who's done it over 7, 8, 9, 10 years, whatever, you can hold it through pregnancy, through marriage, through bereavements, through whatever. You will be able to hold it because you've learned sustainable lessons.
Shout out to you, because you've put the work in, and you actually show us that it's not just about a season, it's actually a lifestyle. Forever. So like, and you've just, I don't think you give yourself enough credit, so well done to you. Because no, honestly, you are, even to people that aren't able to say thank you, I want to say thank you on behalf, because you're inspiring us on a daily basis.
Thank you for being able to show that, like, you can balance so many different hats and still win, you know. So you can find Nicky at BayFitNick on Instagram, and you have a YouTube channel
at the same name, BayFitNick. So, you know, subscribe, like, share, all that jazz, like you're gonna do with this video.
Yes. Make sure you subscribe, share, tell your friends about it. There's more videos to come. And also, if there are any mummies looking for, like, you know, a good buddy, Nicky can be your fitness buddy and your trainer.